Hello, Paula Daniele from Crochet Hooks You here. Today I'll be showing you how to make this side-to-side scarf, and this free pattern can be printed from redheart.com through the link below in the description box. This is a beginner skill level pattern and it was designed by Tracie Barrett. The materials required are one ball of Red Heart Super Saver yarn, and Tracie used the colour Primary here, but I'm using the colour called Cherry Red. So that's the Red Heart Super Saver yarn I'll be using today. And with that yarn you'll need a 6mm hook, or also known as a J hook. You'll need your craft scissors and a yarn needle. So to get started we're going to make a slip knot. And to make a slip knot I just wrap the yarn around my finger like that, pull it off, and then just push this end up through that loop there and pull tight. And there we've got our slip knot. And then you pop your hook through there and just pull on the working end of the yarn. And there's our tail. So to get started on this pattern we need to chain 197 stitches, chain stitches. And this is how you make a chain stitch. So you just wrap the yarn over the hook and draw it through that loop, and there we've made 2 chain stitches. So you'll continue on making these chain stitches until you have 197 of these. So I'll let you continue on making your chain stitches and I'll see you there at the end once you've made them. So now I've got my 197 chain stitches, and once you've got your 197 chain stitches, for row 1 we'll start off with a double crochet in the 4th and 5th chain from the hook. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So into that chain we'll do a double crochet. And then remember there's a double crochet into the 5th chain from the hook as well. So into the next chain do a double crochet stitch also. And now we're going to start a sequence, and the start of this sequence is chain 5. So make 5 chain stitches. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we've got our 5 chain stitches there. And the next part of this sequence is we're going to skip 5 chain stitches along here. So counting from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we'll work into this next one here. And we're going to double crochet into the next 3 chains along. So this one, and this one. So double crochet into this chain here. And this first one is always the most awkward one. Try not to get caught up in your other chains here. So there's a double crochet there. and then into the next chain we'll do a double crochet, and then into the next chain stitch a double crochet. And then you're going to repeat that sequence right across until you get to the end of the chain. So the sequence was make 5 chain stitches, so chain 5 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then skip 5 stitches here, and then double crochet into each of the next 3 chain stitches. So there's our first one, and then a double crochet into the next one, and then a double crochet into the next one. So continue that sequence right along until the end of the chain, and at the end of the chain I will see you there. Okay, so I've just completed row 1, so here's the end of row 1, and this is what your work should look like now. And these spaces here, you should have 24 of these chain 5 spaces. So if you count those and you've got 24, then you've done it right. Alright, so now we turn our work, and you just bring all of this over here. And we're ready to start on row 2. So to start row 2, we'll chain 3. So we're making 3 chain stitches. 1, 2, 3. And these 3 chain stitches count as 1 double crochet stitch. Now we're going to do a double crochet into the next 2 double crochet stitches. So these 2 double crochet stitches here, we'll do 1 on the top of that one, so there's a double crochet on top of that one, and there's a double crochet into that next one. So now it actually looks like we've got 3 double crochets here because we're counting the chain 3 as a double crochet. So now we're going to be starting on a sequence, and the sequence starts with a chain 2. So make 2 chain stitches, 1, 2, and then we're going to do a single crochet in the 3rd chain of this next chain 5 here. So you'll have to twist it, and you're going to go into the 3rd chain, so 1, 2, 3, and just into that loop of the stitch and make a single crochet stitch. That's what it looks like. Then we're going to chain 2, 1, 2, and then we'll do a double crochet into the next 3 double crochet stitches. So they're quite obvious that they're here. 1, 2, 3. So we're just going to do 1 double crochet into each of those 3 stitches. So there's 1, and then into the next one, and I'm making my double crochets in through both of the loops on top of those stitches below. So there's our sequence. So what you'll need to do now is repeat the sequence right along this row. So the sequence will be chain 2, single crochet into the 3rd chain of the chain 5, then you'll chain 2 again, and then do a double crochet into each of the next 3 double crochet stitches. And once you've done that, you get right to the end here, and then I'll see you there. So now I'm at the end of row 2, and your last double crochet, you make it into the top of this chain 3 here, because that counts as 1 double crochet. So just make it that this double crochet in through the 2 loops of that 3rd chain stitch, and then you'll turn your work and bring all of this over to your left side here. And now we'll start on row 3. So to start row 3, we'll chain 3. So 1, 2, 3, and that counts as 1 double crochet stitch. And then we're going to do a double crochet into the next 2 double crochet stitches here. So into the top of that stitch we'll make a double crochet, and then into this stitch here we'll make a double crochet stitch. And now we'll chain 2, and we're starting a sequence here. So chain 2, and then we're going to be doing a single crochet in the next single crochet, and you can see that quite clearly, it's right there. So in the top of that single crochet we do a single crochet. Then we'll chain 2, 1, 2, and then we'll do a double crochet into the next 3 double crochet stitches. So a double crochet into this one, and into this one. So there's your first double crochet. There's your second double crochet. And there's your third double crochet. So you're going to repeat that sequence right along until you reach the end, and I'll see you there. So now I'm at the end of row 3 and I've made my last double crochet stitch into this chain here, the third chain at the end here. And now we can turn our work. And for row 4, we'll start off with a chain 3. 1, 2, 3, and that counts as one double crochet stitch. And now we'll do a double crochet into each of these next 2 double crochet stitches. And then a double crochet into this next stitch. Now we're going to be starting a sequence, and this is the sequence that you'll carry out right throughout this row. So the sequence starts with a chain 5, so 5 chain stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's our 5 chain stitches. Then we're going to skip the next 2 chain 2 spaces. So there's a chain 2 space there, and there's a chain 2 space there. So we're going to skip those, and we're going to do a double crochet into each of these next 3 double crochet stitches. So there's our first double crochet into the next stitch, make another double crochet and into this next stitch here. Another double crochet. And that's the sequence that you're going to repeat right across the row. So the sequence was you'll chain 5 and then you'll skip these 2 chain 2 spaces, and then you'll do a double crochet into each of these 3 double crochet stitches. So just continue along until you get to the end and I'll meet you there. So now I'm at the end of row 4. And I've made my last double crochet stitch into the top of the chain 3 there, so into the 3rd chain. Now for rows 5 to 10, if we have a look at the pattern here, it says repeat rows 2 to 4 twice, and if you get your pen and write down on the pattern, this is how it'll pan out. So row 2, row 3, row 4. So that's once. And then row 2, row 3, row 4 a second time. So if you cross off each row as you do it, you'll stay on track and you'll be doing the correct rows. Now once you have come to the end of this row 4 here, it says don't fasten off, and I'll meet you there. Okay, so now I have just completed the last row 4 of the pattern, and I need to turn my work and then we'll be working on the edging. So I'll just turn my work as you can see, this is what the scarf is looking like now. It's very pretty. So for the edging, we'll be starting off with a chain 1. So we'll make 1 chain, and then we'll be working across the top edge of the scarf here. And we'll do a single crochet in each stitch and chain across. So this is our first single crochet stitch we'll make here, because it says to do a single crochet into each stitch and each chain across. So from doing the pattern, we know that we've got 3 double crochet stitches there that we need to make a single crochet into each of those. And from the pattern, we know that we've got 5 chains here, and you can work into the space to make your single crochet stitches. So we'll be making 5 single crochet stitches around that chain 5. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now we're up to 3 double crochet stitches here, so we'll be making 1 single crochet into each of those stitches. And then we're coming up to a chain 5 here again, so we make 5 single crochet stitches in and around that chain 5. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3, there's 4, and there's 5. I'll just give you a look at the edging. It just neatens it up. And so you're going to repeat that right across the top edge of this scarf. So a single crochet into each of these 3 stitches, and then 5 single crochet stitches into the chain 5, and keep on going right until you get to the end, and then I will meet you at the end here. Now at the end you'll be doing a single crochet into this one, and I'll show you how to do the corner when we get there. So now I'm at the end of the top edge of the scarf, and you can see that I've made a single crochet into that double crochet and a single crochet into that double crochet. Now we need to make a single crochet into this chain loop here, and then we need to make another 3 single crochet into the corner here. So if you turn your work like this, because we'll now be heading down the side. So we want to do 3 single crochet stitches into this corner. There's 1, 2, 3. And now we'll be working into the side of a double crochet, and because of the height of a double crochet, it will be 2 single crochet stitches into the side of that double crochet stitch, and each double crochet stitch as we go down. And then we're here on the chain, and we'll make 2 single crochet stitches there, I'll just get more of my yarn. So basically we're doing 2 single crochet stitches into the side of a double crochet and 2 single crochet stitches into the chain. And if you just pop your finger through and make sure that you are going into the right area to the side of the stitch. So 1, 2 single crochet there, and then we've got a chain here, 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet into that chain, and then we've got a double crochet. Just pop your finger through, as you can see that there's that part there. You don't want to work in there, you want to work into this larger area. So 1, 2, and here we've got a chain, 1, 2 single crochet, and we're on the side of a double crochet stitch here, 1, 2, to the next chain, 1, 2, here's our last double crochet here, 1, 2, and now we're down to the corner. What we want to do is use this gap here as our corner. So we're going to, you can see the tail there, and just pop that out of the way. So we're going to do 3 single crochet stitches into this corner here. 1, 2, 3. And now because we have sets of 3 double crochet, we're just going to add a single crochet as though we did have a double crochet there, and now we'll start into these double crochet stitches here. just move this work out of the way so you can see. And then into that next double crochet. Now we're up to the chain 5. So we want to make 5 single crochet stitches into or around this chain 5. So there's 1, and now we're working along the bottom of the scarf. There's 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we're up to 3 double crochet stitches here, so we just do 1 single crochet into each of those double crochet stitches. Up to the chain 5 again, so making 5 single crochet stitches into the chain, around the chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so you're going to continue that sequence right along. So a single crochet into each of these double crochet stitches, and then 5 single crochet stitches into each chain space, and then you get right along that bottom edge, and then when you get to the end here, I'll meet you there. So now I'm up towards the end of the bottom part of the scarf, and I've done a single crochet into that double crochet and also into this one, and now we just need to make a 3rd single crochet into this chain space to make it so we've got 3 like we've done with the 3 double crochets here. So we're up to the corner and we need to turn our work, so turn it this way so it's easier to work with. And we're just going to make 3 more single crochet stitches into this corner area. So there's 1, 2, 3. And like we did with the other side, we're going to be doing 2 single crochets into the side of the double crochet stitches and the chain stitches. There's 1, 2, into this next here, this chain space, 1, 2, into the side of this double crochet stitch, we'll make 2 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, and we keep going on this way till we get to the end of the side. Now we're up to our last double crochet here, so we'll make our 2 single crochet stitches, and then to create the corner we're going to use that same space there and make 3 more single crochet stitches. So 1, 2, 3, and that gives it the rounded look. And there you can see our first single crochet stitch we made, and we're going to do a slip stitch into that first single crochet. And then we're going to cut our yarn. I'll just find my scissors here. And just leave a good amount of length so that you can weave that into your work with your yarn needle. So now we're going to fasten off or finish off. I mean the same thing. Just pull that down. There we go. So now you'll need your yarn needle. I've got mine here. And we'll need to turn the work over to the wrong side. And with your yarn needle, weave it through, thread it through your needle like that, and to weave your ends in, I'm just going to weave it in through the back of the edging. Just get this out of the way so you can see properly. And I like to hold my finger there so it doesn't pull stitches out or make it look strange. And then just, you can go down as far as you like. And try not to pull too tightly. And then turn it around like this and skip that last loop there, right there, and then put your needle up through the next one and then take it right back up. And this really secures that end so it doesn't pop out when you're wearing it or if you wash your scarf. And there, that's that one done. So you can cut that off as close as you can get. And now we've got the other end. And just make sure, now the right side, your work will slightly curl up, so you know that you want to weave your ends in on the wrong side. So where it's curling up like that, flip it over and then find your other end here. And we're just going to do exactly the same as what we just did. Just take it up through the edging. Turn it around. Then skip the loop and then dive into the next one and take it back up that way. And then you can cut that off. And that's both ends weaved in and your scarf is finished. So I'll give you a demonstration of how this scarf can be worn. So firstly you want to fold your scarf in half. So I've already done that here. So once you have your scarf folded in half, I'm just going to show you that if you just wrap it around like this, and then with your ends, tuck them through the other side there. And that's a really nice way of wearing a scarf, and that's also the way that it's displayed in the red heart photo.